Beware.
Hello, my 2B viewers, and welcome back to Viewer Beware. It's the only show where we go over each and every episode of the original Goosebumps TV series, and I know I have done that intro before, but we're kind of covering a similar topic with tonight's episode, My Best Friend is Invisible. Now, I know it may seem like we're treading some familiar water, as last season we covered Let's Get Invisible. I think we have a clip. Can we toss it to that?
Oh wow, you're invisible. So are you.
Exactly, just like that.
Are we gonna see more mirror monsters?
Not quite, because in this story there's not really like a monster twist. Well, there's possibly several twists, actually.
Why can't it ever just be a straight up invisible man?
Yeah, I know, like the Invisible Man, or Hollow Man, or the other Invisible Man. Well, anyway, My Best Friend is Invisible is the story of a boy that travels into a haunted house and brings back something he can't quite get rid of. Sure, we've seen it before, but have we seen it with multiple clown ghosts? God, I hope not. So anyway, let's, get invisible. But not that episode, you know the one. Our story begins with Sammy and his friend Roxanne spying on Sammy's scientist parents.
If we increase the cathode charge, we might get a cleaner morphic image.
Yeah, whatever that means. While parents are hard at work, Sammy and Roxanne decide to do a little bit of amateur ghost hunting. You know how kids do. The two enter the local haunted house and are met with your classic dusty affair.
If we get the ghost on tape, you can forget about the lousy term project. We'll be world famous.
Either way, Sammy still freaks out and wants to leave. But Roxanne wants to get a ghost on tape for her term project. A bit of a lofty goal, but I can respect it. As Roxanne hunts on her own, Sammy sees a floating glove draw a smiley face, but doesn't say anything. Both kids decide to go upstairs where they are met with more creepy happenings.
Must be some kind of breeze up here.
Sure, a breeze, obviously. The kids decide to record the mystery cart when they see a note. So the ghost is obviously messing with these kids, but they are undeterred.
Is this supposed to scare us?
I would obviously shit my pants here, but Roxanne doesn't see the big deal.
Sam, what's wrong? What's your problem? Didn't you see it? Yeah, I saw it. You see a note and you start screaming.
Sammy is being incredibly rational, as the kid saw no less than 4 paranormal events in the span of 5 minutes, and simply wants to make a science project on photosynthesis. But Roxanne is dead set on the ghost sighting project. You have to question the curriculum guidelines in this school. That night, Sammy is trying to get some sleep when he hears a knock downstairs and goes to investigate. After checking it out, Sammy notices a whole lot of things are moving on their own, so he decides to find his parents in the lab. While Sammy's dad is downstairs, he's definitely not helping ease his nerves.
What are you doing here?
I heard noises. Have you been working here for long?
I'm working down here all night.
So he goes back to his room. When he gets upstairs, he sees his room is torn up and knows something followed him home from that haunted house. At school, Sammy tries to tell Roxanne about the ghost, but she doesn't believe him. Of course. We jump forward to that night, and Sammy is trying to stay awake, but before he knows it, he's being stalked by an apparition.
Mom? Dad?
He hides in his room, but suddenly his toys come to life and lead him back to Clown City. Turns out it was all a dream. However, there are still things moving on their own.
Hey, I was playing with that.
Sammy freaks out looking for the voice, but it's nowhere to be found. The ghost claims to be the ghost of Hedge House and followed Sammy home because he wants a friend. Sammy is still freaking out, but the ghost wants to show off his b-ball skills. The next day, Roxanne comes over and still doesn't believe in the ghost, so Sammy decides to have the ghost, who's apparently named Brent, juggle in front of her.
Okay, Brent. Go. Go.
Get pranked, idiot. The ghost isn't revealing himself that easy. Later on at school, Sammy is claiming that the ghost is real, which gets him in trouble with the teacher. Turns out Brent followed Sammy to school and forces his hand to solve the math equation. But Brent isn't good at math.
Very impressive, Sam. You managed to get them all wrong.
It wasn't me. It was a ghost.
Rather than just say he's bad at fractions, Sammy thinks it's best to claim ghost. At lunch, Sammy gets bullied by kids that look about twice his age, so Brent decides to throw food at them, getting Sammy pummeled by the bullies. In the bathroom, Sammy tells Brent to fuck off because he's ruining his life. So Brent says, okay, you want it to be like that? I can be your worst nightmare. The next night, Sammy and Roxanne go back to Hedge House to get a ghost on tape, but Sammy still isn't into it. As the kids explore, they discover what looks like a homeless guy's den, but Brent snatches their camera and smashes it.
Roxy, say hello to Brent.
Hello. Goodbye.
Sammy runs back home, but Brent follows. Turns out the parents have been aware of the ghost this whole time and have a plan. Sammy's dad storms up to his son's room with his new invention and scans for the ghost, revealing it's just a normal boy. But while Brent is a normal boy, it turns out that everyone else isn't.
We did it to help you, Brent.
To save you from the others.
We won't hurt you, Brent. We promise.
Give me a mic, I'm a microphone fiend. Song fucking sucks. I'm sorry. What the hell was that? So everybody we saw up to that point was some kind of weird two-faced alien, and Brent was human, wearing like a rag, or what? Why did his parents leave him there? If Brent's old enough to remember the alien invasion, then those aliens couldn't have been there for longer than like 5 years. So, did they already establish haunted house lore in that time? Did an alien move into this house, die, and then let it kind of get all dusty and old like that? How quick did these two-faced aliens move?
Maybe they knew it was a human ghost.
I mean, I guess that's possible, but Sammy did still seem surprised when Brent ended up being a human. But while this doesn't make a whole lot of sense in the episode, it's because they had to make a lot of changes from the book to kind of make this story work. You see, in the end of the book, there's still that twist that Brent's a human, but part of that twist is that the entire story we've seen through Sammy's point of view, and then he's surprised that Brent doesn't have 2 heads and tentacles and all this slimy alien stuff. So this whole time, all the characters he's describing are these like tentacle, purple, slimy alien things. And you can't really do that. Or, right off the bat, you would know something's up, So, kind of have to make a lot of changes there. But did the change have to be the aliens just have eyes and mouths on the back of their human heads? Or human-like heads?
What advantage would that give them? Their arms don't even bend that way.
Yeah, it's like that movie Malignant, if you've ever seen that, where the evil twin is like in the head and takes over, and she like, I'm gonna get you. But also in the book, they send Brent away to live in a zoo because humans are rare and endangered. And in the episode, it's a little bit more vague and threatening. They say that they sent all of the humans away years ago, but I think they really meant that they killed or ate them, because you can't really say that in a kid's show, and then, we gave all the humans a round trip to the Caribbeans. That's not scary. Come on. And where would they send them away to? They can't live anywhere else. Unless alien planet. But anyway, another huge change that's probably even more egregious is that there's not even like a pretense that Brent and Sammy are friends, let alone best friends. Really, Sammy almost craps his pants as soon as Brent shows up, and then Brent spends the rest of the episode just kind of fucking with him.
Hey, it's just like us.
First of all, I didn't crap my pants. Second of all, I hate you. So we're not friends. But after all that, this episode is not too bad. It's shoving 5 pounds of story into a 2-pound bag. But that's not always a bad thing. I mean, it leaves us with questions. You know, there's a lot of things that could be going on in this world that we don't know about. So, I mean, I can't fault it for that, being too ambitious, you know? So for that, I'm going to have to give My Best Friend is Invisible a solid, respectable 3 bumps out of 5. Check it out, especially if you have encountered an invisible entity that you have to use your parents' super science light to see. It could just be a human, and you're not human because you are actually some kind of wolf or possibly a turtle. But how'd you work the internet to get here? You don't have thumbs. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time on Viewer Beware.
Is this supposed to scare us?